End of turn 5.
I'm a little stunned from that turn, actually, so maybe you can help me, remind me what began there. Let's see.
On your turn 5...
I remember I charged in with the skeletons and the Vampire Lord.
You charged in the skellies and the Vampire Lord in the flank of my skeletons.
Yep.
Magic phase, you brought back 13 Graveguard.
Yes.
That was pretty good.
Yep. And made an attempt at Miasma, which you dispelled.
I dispelled. Because you had gotten that off one other time, and it was really powerful.
Yep.
So I had to stop it.
Then in the combat phase, I took one wound from the bats.
I think you maybe took 2.
2.
Well, because I killed the Necromancer off
Right. Oh, that's what you did, is you killed the Necromancer off the top of the corpse cart. And we did some hack and slash, but I don't remember. This combat's been going back and forth. Do you remember the details of it a little bit more?
On your turn 5, my Vampire Lord was over here.
Yeah.
She issued a challenge. You accepted with the Skeleton Unit Champion, so she got to shift to the other side.
Yep.
I did like a total of 5 wounds.
That's right.
So your Skeleton Champion making up for last round, I guess, where she flubbed. You killed a bunch. You killed 5 of my skeletons with your Vamp Lord. You killed a bunch more with the Graveguard. I did a number of wounds on the Graveguard with my ghouls. You ended up winning the combat by 4. So I was down to just 3 skeleton warriors. And I still have a load of ghouls because there's a lot of them there. My turn 5, I didn't have any movement because everybody's in combat. But with the Winds of Magic, I was able to heal the skeletons up. I brought 9 guys back.
Yeah.
And then I 6 dice Wind of Undeath with the level 1 over here. You couldn't stop it. I didn't get Irresistible, but you couldn't stop it.
I didn't get enough dice rolls for it.
Picked off 3 wounds, so I got a Spirit Host, which I put over here because there were 4 ghouls left. It went down to 3 because I did 1 wound with the Wind of Undeath. Yep. And I thought maybe on my turn 6 I'd get to charge, and if I got lucky I could finish them off. So then in the combat phase, my Lord and your Lord were now, base to base. So it was inevitable that I was going to attack your Lord.
Yeah. So we challenged.
We just made it a challenge to make it more epic. I let you roll first.
Yeah.
How'd that go?
Not good. Actually, I think I caused 0 wounds.
Yeah, you did. You got 1 wound that I made my armor save for.
Yep.
And so I went back with strength 7. That's the big difference. You're only strength 5.
Yep.
I did 3 wounds. I got 2 of them through.
Yep.
And I was like, 2 wounds, not bad. And you're like, yeah, remember, Greg, you have Red Fury.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
So I got
Greg is being such
attacks.
a good opponent to always remind me of several of the rules. I have to, mention that. I was obligated.
So I managed to kill the Vampire Lord.
Yes.
With my attacks back, which was pretty big.
Yeah.
So you did some wounds with your Graveguard. I did some of the ghouls. I don't know. Each turn we pull off a number of both units. And then I won the combat by 2.
Yeah.
So you lost 2 from each unit. I beat the corpse cart in combat, actually. Because you rolled like 3 attacks. It
3
was pretty
attacks
pathetic.
on my 2d6, yep.
Yep. And then at the end of the close combat round, you had to crumble, killed the ghouls off, and took a number of wounds on the other units. So things are actually looking a lot closer than they were on the end of turn 4. I thought I was done for, but now it looks to be pretty close.
Looks better.
We'll see. We'll see.
We'll see if the Graveguard
So we'll catch you at the end of the game.
Let's put some Graveguard back.
All right, we are at the end of the game.
Indeed. So let's see. On my turn, I did no charges.
Yep.
I was able to bring back a handful of Graveguard.
Yep.
And
13, I think.
Yep. Yep. So bring them back to full again almost.
Yep.
And then...
You crumbled the ghouls to death? Or that happened already? That already happened.
That's right, because my Lord died last turn.
Yep. Crumble didn't really make a difference.
Nope. I don't remember what else.
We fought, and what did you do to my Vampire Lord?
Well, my Graveguard finally, after throwing probably 25 attacks during the game against her, did Killing Blow her.
Yep, failed the ward save.
Failed his 4+ ward. Yeah, that is true.
Yep. So, I won that combat. with the Graveguard and the Skeletons, but both units were still there. Had to take crumble tests at the end of the combat phase and the beginning of my turn 6, which resulted in the Skeleton unit dying, the Spirit Host dying, and the Bat Swarms dying. That was a lot of victory points. Then in the last close combat phase of the game, I finished off the remainder of the Graveguard. And that's it. So we're going to total it up. Looks like you got a victory here, Mike, because you got 2 characters left.
Be a small
I've only
margin.
got 1.
Yeah. Small margin, though.
Small margin, Yep. So what'd you think? about the game?
I had a really good time, actually. I think battle swung back and forth a couple times.
Mhm.
The most important thing is I built the army to bring back models. And the corpse cart probably at least paid for its lodestone a couple times over. I don't know if it paid for itself entirely, but the army was able to keep piling back Graveguard through 4 rounds of combat at least, and so I was able to do what I wanted it to do. I need to remember a few more of my little tricks, but I made a couple spell errors I think that could have improved
I
my
think
outcome.
you had 20 Graveguard in your list, and I probably killed 45 Graveguard models
I think that's
throughout
fair.
the game.
I think
At
that's fair.
least.
At
You
least.
healed so many
Yeah,
back.
I
It
brought
was
back
ridiculous.
I brought back 12 or more 3 turns in a row.
That's true, so probably more like 50 or 60.
Yeah. I brought back at least 30. Yeah, that's right.
Yep.
And I think I don't know if I would change anything. I think the biggest improvement would be playing the spells better.
Yeah.
I think I cast a couple attempts. I should have maybe forced Miasma off a little bit more, with a safer margin of error, and maybe Van Hels. But otherwise, that was all right. It was a fun game though.
Yep. Very fun game. I think for myself, and I don't know if that camera's actually taking a picture of me, but it might be. Game went well. It was disappointing when my Graveguard and the Black Coach died in that one turn. I thought that was the final nail in my coffin, pun intended. But killing your Vampire Lord was huge,
Yep.
and then
Yep.
she got what she deserved in return because you had put a ton of attacks on her with the Graveguard. It was bound to happen.
3 to 4 every turn since we
Yep.
entered that combat, which
Yep.
happened on turn 2.
Yep. So that balanced it out. There wasn't much else after we were stuck in combat. There wasn't anything else I could really do. I probably could have finagled some of my units a little better. I thought the matchups were good, though. I wanted my Graveguard going against your ghouls. And it worked out. I just didn't kill them fast enough.
Yep.
Because then your other unit got into support, and they took me down. So maybe I could have tried to disrupt that unit or
It's interesting.
tie them up with some of the
because
bats so that you couldn't come in and finish them off.
And it's funny because looking at your Graveguard, the only unit I wanted to put against him was the ghouls.
Was the ghouls.
You know?
But I was hoping that my 4-up armor and my 6-up
keep
parry
you
would
alive.
just soak up all your attacks.
Yep.
That's really what I was looking for. So, excellent game. Had a lot of fun.
Definitely.
I don't get a chance to play Vamps on Vamps very often, but it's kind of a matchup I'm worried about. So it was good to get the practice in. There were a few things I could have done differently. Like I said, maybe tying up your unit a little bit with my bats or raising some zombies. So that your Lord couldn't have come in and finished off my ghouls. But other than that,
What'd you think of the corpse cart?
I was impressed. I thought it was, not worth its points, which I've never taken one. But in this game, it helped you on your healing quite a bit. And that one turn when you irresistible forced the miasma, and now you got ASF on like every single combat because we were all concentrated in the center. That was big.
6-inch radius, yeah.
Yeah, that was really helpful because it was also giving you rerolls because we're the same initiative.
Right. Right.
So that was good. So we'll have to get a rematch in sometime.
Definitely.
And thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. And check us out. Paintingtable.com.
Paintingtable.com.
Peace.